Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. I'm on 3 lives this morning. So let me just get my other camera set up here so you guys can see me. Just got to make sure this is right. So hopefully you guys can see me. I just want to make sure that in each live you can see my full screen. Okay. Hi, hi, and hi. So I wanted to do this just for the benefit of me not having to do this 3 times. My name is Linda Johnson, and I just want to say hello, everyone, and just wanted to give you all a quick recap of the awesome brainstorming methods that we've been discussing on Story Talk over the past 2 weeks. Now, remember, these techniques are techniques that I created based on what is in my book. I'm going to see if I can get another copy of my book here so each one of you can see the live here for each one. And hopefully you all can see this. Yes. So my book is entitled Let Me Show You How to Write a Book by Linda Johnson. It's available on Amazon.com. Now, remember that my techniques are a part of what I call the pre-writing process that I developed as a journal writer and a storyteller. And let me just tell you all, I earned my MFA in creative writing in 2019. I've published, I want to say, over a dozen books. I do have a new Kindle that is out, and I'd love for you all to take a look at it. And it's called The Isolated Life of Leonard James. It's about this guy that's on death row. He's been sitting on death row for 7 years, and you have to follow along in the story to see what happens. Anyway, it's called The Isolated Life of Leonard James by Linda Johnson, and it's available on Amazon Kindle. All you have to do is go to Amazon.com, type in The Isolated Life of Leonard James, and you will be able to find it. The first 3 episodes are free. Just excuse me, guys. I just want to quickly tag in a few people and just respond really quick. But while I'm speaking, guys, if you don't mind, I cannot respond because I'm on 3 different lives. But thank you all. Thanks so much for joining me today on the live. Yeah, so in addition to my Kindle, The Isolated Life of Leonard James, I'm asking you all with that book to please make sure that you like the story and that you comment on the story and do a review. I did a poll, and I'm asking you all to please answer each poll for each episode. So each episode, 1, 2, and 3, they're all free. But once you get to episode 4, you will have to start paying. And I believe that each episode is like something like 99 cents. It's not that much. And also my book that I just showed you all, Let Me Show You How to Write a Book. Let me see if I can get this in all 3 lives. It's available on Amazon.com. And one other book that I want to share with you is Positive Thinking Will Make You Happy. This was my very first book that I published, and I published this on September 11th, 2019. The very first book that I ever wrote that I'm also going to show you, which was my #1 bestseller, is Violated Victim, Validated Victor, Breaking My Hush. And this was the story that I was always afraid to tell. October is, I just want to throw this in here also. October is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I have a book that I wrote, and it's called Standing at the Gate. It's about a doctor that commits suicide and goes to heaven, but you have to read the story to see what happens to this doctor. I am about to release and publish part 2 of that story, and it's, trust me, it's going to be something that I believe that you all will be able to, the story will probably draw you in, but you have to read the first story in order to understand the second story. So yeah, so as I've said, this is a recap of my brainstorming methods that I've been discussing with you all over the last week or so. We've covered 6 out of the 7 components that make up my brainstorming method. So let's go through them again. just for the benefit of those who were not able to follow me on Story Talk. And again, I'm on 3 lives, so I'm trying to accommodate each live and look through each camera. But I want to go through each of the 6 brainstorming methods that I discussed, and we still have one more to go. So I have 7 brainstorming methods, and the first one we talked about words, right? So this method involves just jotting down any word that comes to your mind related to whatever your topic is, whatever your story is, and just write it down. And I believe that it's a great way to get your creative juices flowing, guys. Yes, yes. And then number 2, where we talked about, after we talked about words, we talked about ideas. Now, here we focus on generating different ideas and concepts that can be explored in your story. So I tell the people that I coach, some are authors, some are aspiring authors, some are students. What I tell them is, don't hold back. Let your imagination run wild. Number 3, this is fun, and this is something I created while I was in college, and a lot of the students appreciated it, and it actually helped them during their storytelling journey, and that's called mind dumping. Now, this is a technique that I developed, and it is something that I've introduced to a lot of writers. I want to say probably over the past 7 years. I'm also a part of the Awesome Women on the Move, and I'm a co-author with Dr. Tenaria Drummond Smith. And a couple of the writers in the Awesome Women on the Move, I introduced this method to them, and they have been writing like crazy ever since. I want to say that mind dumping is a technique that, even if you're not a writer, it's just something that you can do if you're going through grief, if you want to become a party planner and you want to just think about some of the steps that you need to take to accomplish a goal, maybe a set of goals, or do a vision board. This would be a good technique to incorporate into your I want to say your method of planning, right? So it's all about mind dumping. It's all about getting everything out of your head, and onto the page, onto the paper, onto your writing device, whatever you're using. If you're using your iPhone, if you're using your iPad, if you're using your laptop or your desktop, write it all down. Because listen, every word that you write matters. And when I do mind dumping, and I shared a video on this, and if you go to my YouTube channel, Linda Johnson, Story Talk of Linda Johnson, you'll see one particular video that I did. It's actually, I think I did it on another, what is it called? I can't remember what it's called. TikTok. I did it on TikTok. And it's like maybe 1 minute long or less. And basically, you'll see how I have one piece of paper, and that was all based on one particular topic, mind dumping. And that's what I want you to try to focus on as well. So it's about, structure or coherence, just to let your thoughts flow freely. That's what mind dumping is all about. And the 4th thing we talked about were lists. Now, listen, creating a list of relevant elements or aspects related to your story can also help you to stay organized, or to organize your thoughts. And let's say, I want to say, to identify your potential plot points, because in storytelling, you want to think about your plot points as you're writing, as you're organizing your story during the pre-writing process. And then the 5th thing we talked about were phrases, right? Sometimes a single phrase, believe it or not, can spark a whole story. One phrase, even in a song. If you're a songwriter, what was that? It was a song. It was a couple of lyrics, but it really, really it gravitated towards people. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. And I'm telling you, it was such a catchy phrase. People, it was like a platinum record, from what I can recall. But anyway, just something, it could be any catchy phrase. But what I do tell my aspiring writers and my authors not to do is stay away from cliches. If you are using a well-known cliche, make it your own. Find a way to create it in such a way that it's your own cliche, right? You want other people to say the same thing that you're saying. one of my cliches, and it's something that God gave to me, is something I created, is positive thinking will make you happy. Linda Johnson, God gave that to me and I created that. So you think of something that somebody else will probably want to model themselves after something that you've said, but find a way to make it your own. So write down those catchy thought provoking phrases that comes to your mind during the brainstorming, your brainstorming sessions, wherever it may be. It could be at your dining room table, your kitchen table. Maybe you're on a train. Maybe you're on a bus. Wherever you are, you could be on a plane. Wherever you decide to do your brainstorming session, that's when you take advantage of writing down, whatever comes to your mind. And try to stay away from the cliches. That's the most important thing I want to leave you with there. And then the sixth thing we talked about, which was on this Wednesday, we talked about sentences. And hey guys, I just want to let you all know, I see you all making comments, but I don't have on my glasses, so I'm going to put on my glasses in a minute. But I just want to do this just for the benefit of getting the information out there. But I do want to tell you, everyone who sent me the emails on sentences, I answered some of you guys privately, but I also answered publicly on the live stream. So check out the live stream if you're on my Facebook. But sentences, this method involves constructing a complete sentence that captures the essence of your story or conveys a specific or complete idea. We talked about that. And it helps you also to refine your thoughts and develop a clear narrative, because that's what this is all about in storytelling, right? So remember that these brainstorming techniques are designed to ignite your creativity and to help you to overcome any writer's block. And listen, we will talk about writer's block. Maybe I want to say maybe one day next week, after we finish talking about my seventh and final brainstorming technique. And you have to tune in to Story Talk with Linda Johnson live on Facebook. I'm there every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I want to help you all to tell your stories. So, again, refer back to my book. Let me show you guys this again. Let me show you how to write a book. Let me get another copy so each live can see this book. Let me show you how to write a book. It's available on Amazon, and I promise you it will be very beneficial if you are very serious about writing your book or telling your story. I want to help you. I wrote this book because of people that I coach, and they said to me, even during the journal writing sessions, they said, Linda, I think that the information that you're giving me will be so beneficial for others that you might want to think about putting this down in a book. So guess what, guys? If you go to Amazon.com and look up my book, Let Me Show You How to Write a Book, and you click on my name, that link is going to direct you to my author's page, and you'll see all of the guided journal writing books that I also published. So check that out, and we're going to talk about journal writing as well. So stay tuned, tune in with me, and I want to teach you guys everything that I can. That's my alarm, so I don't want to go over another 2 minutes. But however, we will also be talking about, I'm going to be doing a live book reading the month of October from my story. And it's a fiction story. It's called Standing at the Gate. This story is about a doctor that commits suicide and goes to heaven. I'm soon to be releasing and publishing the second part of that story. And I'm even thinking about, in addition to doing a sequel, to doing a trilogy. So it's going to be a 3-part series over time. I don't know the exact date. I was supposed to publish it on October the 1st, but due to some circumstances that was beyond my control, I had to kind of hold back on my publishing date. So I will announce to you guys when I'm ready to publish. But please follow me with my Kindle The Isolated Life of Leonard James, available the first 3 episodes on Kindle by Linda Johnson. It's called The Isolated Life of Leonard James. It's about this guy. He sits on death row for 7 years. And listen, many people have emailed me and told me that I need to make that story into a movie. And I think that it probably is a movie-worthy story, just as well as Standing at the Gate. So I'll think about it and I'll keep you guys posted. But in my book, let me show you how to write a book. Chapter 6, pages 47 to pages 63 is where you'll find all of my brainstorming methods. This is the pre-writing technique that I came up with while I was in college, and I also taught some other students. When I was in college, and this is not to brag on myself, this is to show you the glory of God in my life. I was the only student. It was me and another student. We were the only two students who had the same advisor. No other student in the program finished our book but us two. However, I was the only student that published my book so far. So I want to help some of those other students who I'm working with right now to publish their stories as well. So I see you guys there. I see the comments, and I can't say anything. I'm on 3 different lives, but I will respond as soon as I can. So I just want to let you guys know that all of my books are available on Amazon. If you need coaching to help you to tell your story, or if you just need a ghostwriter to write your story for you, I do charge a fee. You can email me at marshalyn@aol.com. That's MARSHAELIN@aol.com. My website is www.positivethinkingwillmakeyouhappy.com. Check out my website. But when you email me, put in the subject line, I need a writing coach. And after you check out my website, check out some of the things I've done, check out the things that I do. And if you need my writing services, just please, by all means, I am here. I'm available. This is what I do every day, all day, but I do charge. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Story Talk with Linda Johnson, where you can see videos where I talk about the elements and the components of storytelling. One of the things that I do tell everyone that I coach is that you have a story. Yes, you who are listening right here today, you who are watching me on this live, you have a story. We all have a story. Someone that you know has a story, but the story that you need to write, the story that you tell most effective is the one you've always been afraid to tell. Yes, you. So I want you to think about that. Anyway, I appreciate you all being here with me today. And that's pretty much it for today. And I hope that you all will be able to join me next Monday, next Tuesday, and next Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Facebook Live. My name is Linda Johnson, or you can catch me on Linda Winsome Wilkins on Facebook Live. And I will love to have you all follow me. And please remember that we do have one more component to discuss. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to stay tuned for our next session. So I hope that you will join me on Monday. But before I go, I want to leave you with the quote that aligns with my mission and what I believe is my calling for positive thinking will make you happy. And that scripture is found in the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 8, that says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things. And those are all positive things. Thank you all for joining me. Again, that's found in the book of Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. And please keep that scripture in your pocket, because I do believe that positive things, positive vibes, positive thoughts will truly make you happy. Keep those positive vibes flowing, guys, and let your imagination soar. Storytellers, yes, writers, wordsmiths, whatever you call yourself, you have a story, and I want to help you to tell it. Anyway, that's it for now. And thank you so much, Angela. Thank you so much, Burnett. Thank you so much, everyone who's here. Thank you, TJ. Thank you, Ann. Thank you, Tajma. Thank you, Monique. Thank you all. No, I'm so overwhelmed here. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Elder. Thank you, Toinette. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. I'm on 3 different lives. And I see one person here, Bennett Creneo Gooden. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Anyway, I wish that I could respond to all of you, but I do have to go. I thank you so much. Please share this live. Please like, please comment, please share my YouTube channel. Please, please, please check out my Kindle story, The Isolated Life of Leonard James by Linda Johnson. I appreciate you. And remember, if you do buy my book and you read my book, I want honest critiques. I want some honest reviews. Please write them on Amazon. I need those reviews, guys. That's how I become number one. That's how I'm able to continue to do this. I love you guys and have a blessed day. And remember that a positive attitude will get you through anything that you are going through in your life. Yes, you. Bye for now, and I'll see you next time.